What we have is 10 high school baseball players that are going to be trained for the next 10 weeks, the hardest they've ever been trained in their life, with the highest amount of focus, the highest standards in order to achieve their goals.
Tuesday will be our first day of training. The pitchers are going to be with me, and the hitters are going to be with Jagger. You guys are all really close to Jagger and I. Like, there's a reason you guys are in this group.
I picked these 10 players because of how well they work together. And their goals can range from as simple as making varsity baseball to being a first-round draft pick. I trust these guys to accomplish their goals and do all they can to execute them. I think Tommy Costello is someone who has a deep conviction to serve others. Like, I truly know baseball. I truly know what it takes to accomplish in this game. We have big goals and big dreams, and it's so hard to achieve in this game. And so having the right people support those athletes is who I want to show up and be.
Jack Wilson dives.
Jack Wilson wanted me to work with his son, Jacob, because he knew who I was as a person more so than a trainer. Jacob was a catalyst for me.
Oakland Athletics select Jacob Wilson, a shortstop.
He ended up becoming a first-round draft pick, 6th pick, and he's doing what he's doing now. But that was my first opportunity to forecast an opportunity window for someone where they had a massive goal of being a first-round draft pick, and I had a 9-month window to help that human achieve that big goal, and I executed. And then more prospects came.
What do you think of Bryce Rayner?
I think he's got a lot of upside. I think he was the #2 high school player.
The Detroit Tigers select Bryce Rayner, a shortstop from Harvard Westlake.
And more prospects came. And now we'll do Jacob, and it was Bryce Rayner and Boston Bateman, and it'll be Quentin Young, and I would love it to be Isaiah Hearn the following year, and continue to build these guys out, and God only knows who they're going to bring to me next. What our guys need to realize is that there's thousands of athletes with the same exact goals as them. So if they're not willing to put in the work, wake up early, get here on time, they're not going to achieve it. If they're not willing to put in the work, there's thousands that are. For an amateur baseball player to have 10 weeks of focus on purely development is so rare. We have to take advantage of this period of time where they're focused on developing as humans and as players, and we're going to push them absolutely as hard as we can during these 10 weeks.
Jagger and I are going to be there at 7 a.m. If you're rolling up at 8 a.m., I'll just send you home that day. Jagger and I really, really want to get specific results in 10 weeks, and we can't have any wasted time.
Jagger Rusconi. Yeah, I work with the hitters here at the gym. We do everything from strength, speed to hitting development. Pretty much you name it, we handle it. I lived and breathed baseball, so I was hitting every single day. Like, I hit at practice, hit with my dad, hit at night when the lights are off, like off a tee. So it was pretty much like nonstop. Like I said, I never really considered college, and I think my parents realized, especially my dad, that we were always pushing for professional. One of the things I really wanted was to physically stand out and be stronger and faster than everybody. And I think that definitely, propelled me a little faster in the direction I wanted to go professionally, and kind of set me apart from, I guess, a college level prospect. And then it's 5th round, and I end up getting taken by the Red Sox.
1-2, and he hits it hard out to right field. That ball's got a chance, and it's gone. Rusconi has hit his first home run for the Drive. He gets it into the Drive bullpen, and the Drive gets it.
My full name? Garrett Morrell, pitcher. I don't have the grades to go to a D1 school, so I'm going to JUCO down in Huntington, Golden West, hopefully just for a year, and I'll transfer out of there, maybe get drafted. Going into my sophomore year, I had a shoulder pain, and I just played through it, and then it turned out to be a partially torn labrum.
Garrett has experienced the arm injuries and fluctuations where he rehabbed it and he feels good, and then he goes off on his own and it kind of dwindles away. I think Garrett is the type of guy that has like the highest ceiling out of anyone. He is a long levered lefty that throws from a 3/4 slot that I've seen him up to 92, 93, and it's electric out of his arm. He just needs a little bit of discipline and focus in general in his life, but once he applies that focus and discipline to his craft of pitching and preventing injury, dude, this guy has crazy potential. Injuries are inevitable in our game. The way we can mitigate injury is through assessment. Everyone I work with, whether you're in this camp or not, starts with an assessment. I need to understand where you're at metrically in every sort of category so that I can develop a clear plan of attack for that individual athlete.
A good friend of mine named Jason Wu coming to do what is called P-Motion. We did it for all our pros last offseason and it was really successful. A guy named Dr. Keith Pine, he's credited with, I think, 23 world championships. He's been a part of 23 world championship teams, organizations. He's really on the cutting edge and a leader in injury prevention. Contracted with the Dodgers, multiple organizations where they go in and use their software. And then each of you will have your own AI-driven custom, essentially mobility program. So no one's program is going to be the exact same.
P-Motion is the 5th company that I'm an executive in or a founder. P-Motion is a injury prediction and prevention software. My co-founder and colleague, Dr. Keith Pine, has been in pro sports for over 30 years. And what he found was that over a large set of athletes, he could find out a leading indicator of an injury before they happened and address it before it happened and treat it before it happened. So first we're setting a baseline. So this is day 1. They have 35 days. It's up to them. Control what you can control. We're not surprised about this. Shoulder abduction, external rotation. If he's getting elbow issues, it's here. Your contralateral right hip, your external rotation. So that's where a lot of your issues are actually going to come from. And then it's actually radiating to your thoracic lumbar as you throw across that way. So all the energy that you've created here, you stop it right here, and you're recreating it from here to here. That's why these are two of the most impact. So I bet if we looked at your video right now in a natural throwing motion without you thinking about it, it would be the same. But that's also because you're like impacted there. So we'll loosen it up.
Adam Batmanian, I'm a right-handed pitcher, but I mean the recruiting process was hard. I had 4 or 5 Division III offers. I had 1 or 2 Division II offers. I was close with LMU, and then that fell through, and now I'm going to junior college.
Pass your toes, and the part you can go without your chest up. This one sits down, chest up, pretend you're spider-man. That's it, that's it. All the way this way. Whether or not you're a pitcher, your outfielder, your first baseman, it doesn't really matter. You create force the same way. We all as humans respond to single force in this world. It's gravity. Go into your first movement, I'll tell you to stop. Stop. Okay. So the first thing he actually did was he externally rotated, his hip comes out, he's going to go into his pitching motion here. That glute needs to fire. So Tommy's the mechanical genius. What we're trying to figure out is, okay, he's located this. This is starting to rotate. TJ's, when he comes up into his motion and he's throwing through, comes from leakage here. It comes from leakage here, but really it comes from leakage here. Because if he's unable to actually rotate, what does he do as a pitcher? He throws harder here. So all the force he just created on the ground, it stopped here. Then he had to recreate it from this point forward. Most doctors treat at the scene of the accident. It's not their fault. They only can treat what they can see. But here's the source. So go through slowly. Step. Okay, here, right? If this can't rotate, then his back takes all of it because he's doing all the work here. And then eventually, when this starts to fail, it goes all the way here. And it all starts from a single position. So red is very high risk for injury, but he's right on the border. We want him out of that. But if we don't do anything about it, he's going to have upper hamstring, glute misfiring. That's what you hurt, right? Your right side?
Yeah, I tore the muscle off the bone my freshman year.
Okay, doing what?
Running.
Running?
Yeah.
Okay. So every single day, your programs are going to be served to you every single day, and it's up to you to do it, right? Control what you can control, but it's algorithmically timed to him specifically in his data, and it'll cycle through what is the next most important. And all these stretches might seem ridiculous, but it's all made for your pitching motion.
Yeah, and that's what we saw happen with all the pro guys, is like once we instituted this, like the strength training gets a whole nother benefit, all your pitching gets a whole nother benefit. An ideal world is we let P-Motion do P-Motion's job, and then we handle the strength training and the skill development and all that stuff, and we've seen it work. You know, the pro guys are succeeding at a whole nother level.
Summer, one of my goals is to be an All-American, definitely. I think I've been saying All-American summer. Yeah, that's kind of one of my goals. And I kind of just really want to be as consistent as possible, almost become like automatic, where I just know I'm gonna go out and perform every day, even though it's not always like that in baseball, but I just want to have the confidence to be automatic all the time.
Isaiah Hearn, he's one of those kids kind of at that threshold of being a draft prospect. He's committed to Oregon. He's got some things to work on in terms of, fielding and his arm strength, but I'd love to be able to push him into that, that early stage draft, those first few rounds, if, that's definitely possible for him.
To work with pro players and elite players like yourself, once they realize that there is a mathematical roadmap for you to change your outcome, it's a lot easier.
With the force plates, we're just trying to get a general idea of their, their force and power output. So we can gather a bunch of data in terms of their eccentric and concentric abilities. It gives us a good, frame for who they are as an athlete.
60-point flat. Look at my stops. What's the best of it?
Give you one more.
My name is Ethan Price and I'm an outfielder. The dream is probably USC, but anywhere on the West Coast I'd love going. Stay local, close to home, close to family.
Price is, one of those kids who I thought should have been a D1 commit last year. Incredibly gifted, just an incredible athlete. He excels on every test I throw at him. He can jump the highest, run the fastest, like anything in that regard. Athletically, he is at the top of not just college baseball, but like he would be a top in professional baseball too, athletically.
Yeah, so I was playing West Ranch and there was a ball in between me and the shortstop, or my shortstop, Cade, and I dove for the ball. And the last thing I remember is just getting ran into. So there's I had a contusion in my pec and my delt. I feel like last season I kind of got caught up in like doing too much, trying to come back from the injury as quick as possible. So long-term goal is just to see how far and play as long as I can, to be honest.
You're just going to go back fast and hard. Ready? Go. Yeah. Push.
I'm Chase Renzo and I'm a pitcher. I've been playing baseball since I was like 3 or 4 years old and just like kind of never stopped. My goals for the summer, I just really want to gain some overall strength and some mass to my body.
He's now going into his junior year of high school. I've known him a long time. Very disciplined kid. He knows what needs to be done. He's an excellent pitcher. He knows how to control a lineup. He knows how to attack the zone. He knows how to fill it up. Chase's biggest growth area this summer is going to be physical. Like, he's not the biggest guy. He doesn't have the biggest levers. He's not a genetic freak. So he just needs time under tension. And if he applies that power, speed, and strength work into his game, he's gonna blossom into a really, really great pitcher.
What's up? Yes. I really want these kids to come out of this summer, being confident in their bodies, looking in the mirror and seeing some muscle, like just that belief and seeing your body change and, seeing a vein here, a vein there, like kids, like they die for that almost. I want eyes to be drawn to you on the field. I want you to look different than other kids on the field. I want you to, I want you to run different, hit different. Like that's the goal for me, is to really make kids stand out.
Rob, jump on the bike. Robbie. Hey, jump on the bike. 144.5. Good God. What'd you say?
Yeah, my name's Robbie Morgan, and I'm a center fielder. Put on a lot of weight and just gain a lot of mass so I can get more power in my swing. My goal right now is just to go D1 and start as a freshman.
Robbie's another one of those kids who's a little undersized. You know, he's very athletic, very fast, has a good arm, he's got tools, but he just doesn't have the body to match it yet.
My short-term goal right now is just to play next season to my best abilities and see if I can get any offers.
My name is Quincy Young. I play shortstop. For me, what I want to achieve is just getting stronger in my body, whatever comes next for me.
Quentin Young, that kid. Quentin he came to us after last summer where he struggled a little bit in the summer circuit. He dropped a few slots in the draft rankings, and you know, they really wanted to kind of push the pedal to the metal here and kind of send him through the finish line with the upcoming draft. He had a lot of swing and miss in his game, and I think that was a little concerning for scouts. He works probably more than any kid in high school baseball. He had a really special year. He set the home run record at Oaks Christian. You know, he's gone out to all these pre-draft events. He is, in every regard, like a genetic freak when it comes to hitting a baseball. Like, he can hit a ball harder than anyone I've ever seen at any level.
I've done workouts with the Mets, Dodgers, Angels, Padres, Cubs, the Reds, and the Tigers and the Twins.
And you can just pick up a baseball and hop on the mound and throw 100. Like, that's just not to regard that or disregard that, but you know, that's pretty special. And I think that's hard for any team to pass up on, just those kind of tools. He's going to be playing professional baseball, so yeah.
So we got the dynamo here. This is where we can test external and internal torque values in the shoulder. This helps us understand throwers' readiness and if they're in a fatigued state or if they're in a state of strength. We use this a lot of times with pitchers, mostly to see if they're ready for bullpens.
My name's Cody Clark. I'm an outfielder. Well, I haven't played baseball in 5 years, so I'm just trying to make up some reps and just get my swing back, just get more comfortable.
Cody is something else. He was in here mainly just lifting at first, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna start playing baseball. So, you know, kind of just threw him in. You know, he did his thing on JV this year, hit some home runs, you know, showed some potential, and, you know, he kind of wants to make a run at, you know, being a varsity player, pushing it to the next level. And it's like, whatever goal a kid comes to us with, you know, we're gonna, you know, run with it and do everything we can to help them achieve it. He's one of those kids who's just incredibly strong. You know, he can, I love him because he freaking pushes everybody in the weight room. Like, you need those type of kids. But at the end of the day, he is a smart kid.
Well, after college, I want to start like my own company, but I'm not sure what it is, but I want to work for myself, so.
Okay. But your percent of growth from 9 months ago to now is the most by far out of anyone we've ever worked with. That's why you're in the position to be in this camp. If we can take those 10 weeks and put 20 weeks worth of swings in, like, I'm not like gaslighting you, you could play college baseball.
Just my dad is in there. Your dad's already out. No, I don't think he did it yet.
Come on, go. You kind of came to me about a year ago, and you were, you know, just trying to be good enough, it seemed like, to play on your JV team. And then something kind of, I think, flipped once you started training with your teammates in the fall here. And now you're in a spot from a guy who just wanted to be a solid player on his JV team to now this summer you're going to go pitch for the SoCal Giants, which is one of the best programs in the area. Best players from San Diego to San Luis Obispo play on that team. I think what happened is you now tasted and seen that you can be an elite player. And what I want to help you do, and the reason that I want you a part of this, is because I want you to compete against elite players. Like, I want you to be the best amongst the guys you're training with here.
I want to do the same. With injuries in my past, it's not like it's a holdback, but it's always in the back of my mind, getting injured again should be bad, so.
So you guys got the DEXA scan links. You got signed up for the DEXA scans. If I haven't talked to you about it already, it's a fully comprehensive test.
DEXA scan is the most accurate way of measuring your body fat and composition. The DEXA scan is considered the gold standard because it's an X-ray. It's medical grade equipment, accuracy is over 99%. And then you have a report builder online. It has an image of yourself, it's color coded where you can see your fat and muscle.
No, you look great. So lean mass, we can improve. You have no visceral fat, which is insane. That's really good. It means you've never drank alcohol before.
Obviously,
so we can get your lean mass better.
What's lean mass?
Like your lean muscle mass, like how ripped you are.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the DEXA results?
I mean, yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried because I eat relatively healthy.
Yeah.
I train, here 6 days a week. I haven't missed a day in a year, so it's after all this stuff.
And that's why we do these tests, is because at the end of the day, you want to get out in front of things and not be reactive.
746. That's good. You're 99. I like good socks. They're cool.
Fuck these.
How's that still bad?
Second best record in baseball by players.
Damn.
2 games up on the Dodgers.
Is that goal?
I want to go
literally got lost in 10 minutes. What'd you get from Stars?
Double smoked bacon cheddar and egg
The Gouda?
Best thing ever. Ruby crunch frappuccino.
Nice. That's on field, man.
I'm Braden Goldstein, and I play right field and center field. I would describe myself as a pretty consistent player.
Braden was my first kid I trained. Tommy sent him to me for speed, and it's this long, lanky kid who can't run very fast, and I'd never seen him swing a bat or do anything on a baseball field, so I didn't imagine he was very good. But then you see him swing, and you're like, oh wow, that's pretty special. He's got something there.
Ultimate goal would 100% be to make the MLB. That's been my goal since I started playing baseball at 3 years old.
The kids show up, they go through their stretching on a P motion.
Got a little more water.
From there, we'll break into either a lifting routine or we come in here and hit.
You haven't hit it.
My Costello Coaching.
I like your hair.
Almost every pitcher that I saw had tight, dominant hip mechanics. Because the life of an athlete is to finish a play. That's what they do. For a pitcher, their goal is to strike the next batter out. And because of that, they will throw caution to the wind and ignore either the pain or the imperfection in their movement, and it then eventually, like a domino effect, will radiate to the shoulder and then ultimately to the elbow.
So the big thing is assessing and making sure that the body is capable of putting that velocity on.
Yeah, so this is literally like, think of this as like arm training. Like do you feel just taxed right now? It's like crazy, right? We're at the end of the camp here for the first week, and we're throwing the bullpens on purpose at the very end of the week because these guys are taxed and gassed. They had a higher intensity in throwing this week than they're used to. They had a higher intensity in the weight room than they're used to. They're getting up earlier. They're getting in here around 6:45, 7 a.m. every day. We're training for 3 to 4 hours. And now we just want to really push them towards the end of this week in terms of what they're capable of in throwing for velo off the mound and get that baseline number. So everyone's going to be down 2 to 3 miles an hour today from their peaks, which is on purpose. Nice. So get it, like a good number for you today is like 83s.
Putting the velocity on is easy. There's tips, tricks, hacks. Throw as hard as you can, do different programs. But it's about making sure that the velocity comes and the body is ready for the velocity. And that is the trick. Batmanian's gonna be a king of JUCO, so it's all right, I have JUCO blood too. So lifted, we trained, we long toss, we pull down, all the stuff. So not so much about feel or location really today. Today's about getting to 10 fastballs where you feel like you're max outputting. This is like conditioning.
I'm Colton Rayner and I'm a right-handed pitcher. Just right now I'm just working like strictly to go to college and pitch. That's just my main goal right now.
I think Colton Rayner is kind of like a diamond in the rough. Like not many people know about him. Obviously, everyone knows about Bryce. He was the 11th pick last year.
And it's gone! Bryce Rayner!
He's been one of the greatest players all the way since he was 10, 11, 12 years old.
I mean, I don't feel any pressure to do the same thing as him, but I mean, it would be cool if I did.
Colton has not had that path, but he does have that kind of skill. Him as a pitcher, long levered pitcher, and he's gonna blossom and really pop up on the scene next year. This camp for him is about just putting on the size and strength to be durable and learning how to start to execute pitches to be able to pitch at a professional level ideally next year. Nice. He's like 87, 88, and he's normally like 91, 92. All blacked out, 89, good. Get it up to 90. You have to get it to 90 in this stretch. If you can get it to 90, that's like your 93s. Okay, that's good. Nice. Oh, that's perfect. I don't want you over 83. You're just throwing it behind your head. Just throw it in front of your eyes. It's like a wiffle ball though, how much vertical you get on it. Negative 22 vert. Good. You want to throw 185 and call it a day? Nice, that's good. I know, but it's good, that's good. That was good work. Good net play. Rim up the point. Yep. Good. Thank you. No, all right, we want TP and I. All right, Robbie, here it is. It's so much cleaner.
God damn it, Garrett.
So you're going to go to Bolton West?
Yeah.
What did your dad
Probably. I mean, I'm going to still do Giants and see if any school like schools would pick me up that would take my grades.
Yeah.
But I doubt that anymore. I don't know.
No, I don't.
Go eat it.
morning training sessions, hit the beach. Now we're gonna go watch our boy Gavin Geyer throw his first competitive outing since shoulder injury back in November. He's up about 7 or 8 miles an hour since his shoulder injury, so we'll see how it goes. Fired up. SoCal Giants run one of the best organizations in baseball, really. Is what they do is they've found the best players from the greater Los Angeles area down Orange County up to Santa Barbara area, and they all just scrimmage against each other. Competition is really strong, so the best kids are playing against the best players. Velo started out really strong for him, and then as he was throwing balls, kind of digressed down, because I would like to think that he was guiding it, and his body was probably taxed at Sunday. So there's a lot to learn, though, and that's why you go play games. You know, we want to be great at baseball, but baseball is a game of failure, and so it's not so much how many great outings you can have. It's how do you respond after it doesn't go the way you want it. Whenever you do hard things with people, you build a bond. They're gonna strike out. They're gonna get on base 3, maybe 4 times out of 10. When you challenge people to hold themselves to certain standards and they do it with a group of guys in a consistent fashion, there's a brotherhood.
If you could switch lives with anyone in history for one day, who would it be?
Okay. Quentin Young. Wow.
My king.
Oh! Hell!
What's your comfort show?
Hot Take Liv and Maddie.
Quentin's been training his entire life to get to this moment. And it's crazy to think that after today, his life won't really be the same.